Greetings. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day. We're back with more Pathfinder content. I figured I had to get over the bridge. Apparently, if you just try to walk across it, it'll act like the bridge is there even if it was raised above you. That didn't work the first time I tried to do it, but the second time I did it, it worked just fine. So, moving on, let's... What do we need to do? We are here.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Go here. And then down to the Assassin's Town. Come down. Something else I need to do real quick before we go into the Assassin's Guild. Around here, okay. Ooh. I think they're going to be a problem. How is it that... Oh, there is heroism greater. Okay. Yo, you should be at the front. Come on now. All right. Woljif can cash that.
I welcome
you,
your company.
That.
Quick,
then you.
else we miss all the fun.
Kick things off.
You will make a
That's it,
fine
you've done it now. Rip the outsider a new one. Nocticula will never know. Nocticula will never know, huh? Oh yeah, take out the bard. We're not gonna allow that. Whatever your little corny songs are, we'll never know. All right. There we go. Old monster. And she can hit a lot of... Yeah, they're all enemies. Excellent. Fails to overcome spell resistance. It is what it is. Immune. Immunity is good.
Simply business.
So we'll start. Oh no, some raid.
Burn, slice, behead.
Ooh. He has some real health on him too. He wasn't no joke.
May I see your entrails, please?
Right.
They'll beg me to stop.
Excellent.
Kill
Excellent.
for you.
Holy.
Wenduag.
Wenduag is a take no prisoners kind of girl. Fantastic. Okay, Rumbling Falchion. This +5 Thundering Falchion grants its wearer a +5 competence bonus to CMB. Whenever the wielder of this Falchion succeeds at Sunder Armor, they get a +1 circumcised bonus to AC for 1 round. In addition, whenever the wielder attempts a cleave action, they don't get the regular -2 penalty to AC. Sure. Okay. That's it. Save here. Into the Grim Mash.
Trail me.
Huh? What's that?
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
There we go. All right. Nothing but loot. Works for me. Excellent. Cloak of Resistance +5.
This way.
Very, very nice. Man, I can't wait to see what Act 5 gear looks like. If it's supposed to be better than the stuff you get here. All right, 2 things we need to turn a quest in for. I don't think we have much to discuss. You have fulfilled your task and thus are no longer of interest to me. Interesting. Yozz chuckles uncomfortably when he sees you. Your performance at Shamir's trial was unexpected. So now you are the near Shadow Spawn Lord. Well, I hope that'll prove to be a good ally, especially since I supported your ascension. May this reward be a token of the good faith between us. Yozz pasted on a fake smile. I want you to tell me about yourself. Does he say anything new? Let us say supposed time. Why did Nocticula? How do you feel? Tell me. Okay, no more questions. I met a group of scoundrels from the lower city who really want to join your guild. They're a bunch of nobodies, but they asked me to put in a good word for them. Yozz raises his eyebrow in surprise. Amateurs, huh? Normally I wouldn't even allow pitiful worms like that to darken my doorstep, but since you're asking on their behalf, I'll do you a favor and see what they're worth. Why didn't you tell me that Armacath was a leader of Nocticula's army? Yozz yawns lazily. What difference would it have made? I warned you that he was an aristocrat and that he was dangerous in battle. Isn't that the definition of a military leader? Why did you ask me to come here? Yozz hesitates for a moment. He pretends to smooth out a few wrinkles in his extravagant attire. I want to hire you to... What? He's asked me to kill Owlcat again. I'll do it. I have to go. All right, well, it counts as being done, so that's good enough for me. Here we go. The demon's lips curl in a satisfied sneer as he greets you loudly. Look who's here. It's the arrogant Golarion who disposed of our poor Willidus. He catches your eye and frowns slightly, giving a pointed glance towards his bodyguards. You aren't about to do something really stupid and start a massacre here, right? Can we just talk? Nod towards the projection. This horn thing is one of yours, isn't it? Horzala? Yes, this little demon girl is one of my most useful servants. Besides, it's so very prestigious to have a daughter of Baphomet working under you. Yozz glances at the horned demon with a mix of condescension and possessiveness. She stares fixedly at the floor. Yes, master, I am your servant. For a fleeting moment, you notice a shadow of angry displeasure cross her face. A spark of fear flashes in Yozz's eyes, like a boy who realizes he's gone too far when testing the patience of his parents. Tell me the truth right now. Yozz raises his hands apologetically. Several rings glitter on his fingers. I really love the way every time they talk about his hands, it's like some different jewelry or something going on. That's a cool aspect of this character. Fine. I was the one who actually gave Greybor assignments. I needed to light a little fire underneath this cauldron where so many minions of demon lords are being mixed together. I ordered him to murder those demons in Canabras, and I put a hit out on Darazan, although that ugly idiot didn't bother me at all. But he was an ugly idiot indeed, and a vengeful one to boot. That's why I gave Greybor a dagger that was only supposed to wound the Baylor, and that is why Willidus' name was important. It was the perfect hand of cards. Darazan survived after suffering a painful, humiliating wound by a mortal's hand. No offense, of course. The Baylor couldn't simply let that go, and so he started a vendetta against Willidus, dragging other Deskarites into it. And that was my goal all along, because Willidus was my real target, a target that was very difficult to reach. Yozz seems to revel in his own cleverness. He smirks and smiles with smug satisfaction. The dwarf gives a grim chuckle and whispers loudly enough to be heard. People like you are why us assassins have such a lousy reputation. No respect for agreements. Such cunning. Your plan was impressive. The demon nods smugly and glances at you approvingly. When I first met you, I sensed that you were shrewd in such matters and knew a thing or two about villainy. Greybor throws up his hands with a chuckle. I have to admit, it was masterfully executed. You are the head of the Assassins Guild. Why didn't you send your underlings after Willidus? Yozz grimaces slightly and replies with visible displeasure. Who says I didn't? I lost a number of capable killers. He collects himself quickly, and the arrogant smile returns to his face. And yet, as you can see, I found a more elegant and economical way to execute this plan. I won't lie to you, this kind of plotting makes me very proud of my own guile. Greybor snorts derisively. So these are your guild's finest? They hardly seem professional. It looks like Greybor and I reached Willidus before your killers. Yozz smirks and gives a dismissive wave. Oh, please. I had no intention of sending anyone after him, but my assistants made sure that every larva in this city knew about the bounty on Willidus's head. I knew that Greybor returned to Alan Shinra and decided to use him, once more. Just like poor Darazan, he had no idea it was merely a pawn of mine. Just as I envisioned, you didn't linger, and paid him a visit before anyone else could. I had no doubt that paranoid Willidus would try to kill anyone who crossed his doorstep, but I expected you to overcome him, and I was right. Why did you do all of this? For money and power, of course. This has been my primary motivation for many years now. Somebody wanted that old wood louse dead, and clever Yozz has fulfilled their wish with the expectation of being showered in privileges and treasures. You're getting a share of those privileges and treasures, by the way. I trust you're not going to refuse the reward provided for freelance operatives. Trust me, the sum is considerable. Yozz turns his attention to Greybor and adds, I haven't forgotten about you either. You'll be rewarded in proportion to your truly astonishing lethality. Accept the reward. Oh, I'll take the gold, don't you worry. The demon flashes his perfect sharp teeth and then snaps his fingers. Suddenly a thick purse appears in front of you, smelling of exquisite perfume. I had no doubt we come to an understanding. After all, we share a common language, the language of gold. Since it was my reputation that was damaged as a result of this plot, I consider it fair to lay claim to 20% of the total fee. Give 20% to Greybor. That is only fair. Greybor nods and gives a grunt of satisfaction. I appreciate your integrity when it comes to business, Asmodeus. Yozz's eyes gleam. He cocks his head haughtily as he continues loftily. However, gold is but a modest gift to whet your appetite. What I offer you is so much more. As you may have noticed, Alan Shinra is in constant flux. The number of Nocticula's loyal servants, the pillars of her reign, is steadily decreasing. Power abhors a vacuum. It wants to belong to someone, and someone's greedy hands are already reaching out to take it. There is change coming, and I intend to use it to my advantage. Join me, and we shall triumph together. What say you? What exactly are you suggesting? Yozz gives a mysterious smile and shakes his head. You'll find out when the time is right. For now, all I can say is that it will include a lot of blood, violence, and betrayal. But the reward will be worthy of a lord. We shall become allies. Yozz smiles amicably and bows his head. In that case, welcome aboard, partner. As for you, Greybor, you've proven your competence. As a token of apology, allow me to offer you membership in my Assassin's Guild. Consider it the recognition of your talents that you have long desired. I promise you prestige, respect, and truly staggering fees. Of course, I won't demand that you sever your current contract. You may claim your well-deserved place in our guild when it expires. So then, what do you say? Will I be welcoming you to the big league? Greybor turns to you with a very serious expression. His voice is reserved and formal. Asmodeus, we are bound by an active agreement, and therefore I must consult your opinion on this invitation. Are you truly prepared to throw in your lot with demons? With a heavy sigh, the dwarf looks you straight in the eye. Is there really much of a difference between me and them? They are the product of the worst parts of our mortal souls. They are sin incarnate. Many say the same thing about me. I was never a coward, so I'm able to admit that my soul is black and evil. I murder others for money, and I shall never become a respectable member of society, a friend, or a father. But I'm tired of asking forgiveness for what I am. Here, I will not be judged for my profession. Greybor clenches his fist and mutters through gritted teeth, I am not the freak or monster they think me back on Golarion. How dare they hire me to murder their enemies and then despise me for my profession? They'll treat me differently in the Abyss. The demons respect my skills. They would treat me as a professional, not a criminal or a blackguard. It's strange to say this, but I don't feel out of place here. Have you thought about quitting the business? And become what? A farmer, a butler, or maybe an innkeeper, one of those who tell tall tales about their adventurous youth to drunk patrons. My soul is that of a wanderer and a killer. My art is my only source of pride, and abandoning it will make me useless in my own eyes. Believe me, I already tried to settle down and find an honest job, and nothing good came from it. I shall quit my profession only when I'm judged by Pharasma herself. It's your decision to make. Greybor studies you for a moment, then nods respectfully. Such words make me respect you even more. Believe me, I appreciate your willingness to let this decision be entirely my own. The dwarf does not waste words as he looks at Yozz. Where do I sign? What are you talking about? We're not devils after all. Yozz laughs and claps his hands loudly. Splendid. You've got a bright future here, my diminutive yet deadly friend. Yozz gives a bored yawn and there's a note of finality to his tone. Well, this was very enlightening conversation, but I see no reason why we should continue. You've received your answers and should probably be on your way. Meanwhile, I should get back to plotting another bloody and violent murder. Have a good day. After a suspicious glance in Yozz's direction, Greybor turns to you. Indeed, this was an unexpected meeting. If you want to discuss what happened privately, I'm at your service, Commander. All right. How? Oh, you know what? No. I leveled up a while ago. That's why. I keep always wanting to level up again and again. I'm like, why isn't there another level up yet? All right. And that takes care of Greybor. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. All right, go back, talk to Woljif and Greybor, and see about getting that crystal for Storyteller, and then we're gonna grab Sosiel Nexus. Dum, 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 dum.
Where my legs carry
Oh,
me.
actually. Oh no, this is enough. The Storyteller's compass emits a low rumble and quivers like an impatient hound that is caught the scent of prey. Woljif gives you a nod. Chief, what do you want to talk about? I want to know more about you. I told you plenty already. The Thieflings, Canabras, my family. None of that matters now. I don't want to think about this anymore. Do you want to talk to me about what happened in Gifale's mansion? You mean my new powers? Don't worry, Chief. I won't use them against you as long as you don't stand in my way. I have plans for the Abyss. When we're finished with Hepzibah and all them Baphomets, I'm going to fix up old Gramps' mansion and think about what I want to do. I know one thing's for sure. There's nothing for me on Golarion. I'm here out of respect for you and for the sake of my business with Auntie Hepzibah. Show me what you can get using your Thiefling connections. Woljif chuckles. I won't charge you for looking. Just make it quick. Woo! Dude, that's changed. I'm just curious if this upgrades at all. Looks like it doesn't. Oh, wait. Here we go. A +4 enhanced bonus to dexterity and constitution. Whenever the wearer of the spell lands a killing blow, they gain a +2 bonus to dexterity and constitution scores for 3 rounds. Holy smokes. Wenduag. Brace of balance. +5 to CMD and CMB if the wearer was knocked prone. No. These boots allow its wearer to stand up without provoking an attack of opportunity. Woljif, how do you feel about those? Do you even have boots on? You got a freedom of movement boot. I'd rather this. Trailblazer's armor. Tribal Scout's hide. Screaming Reaper. Crimson Banner. When this item is active, all critical hits made by you or against you are automatically confirmed. Hell no. While wearing this +4 studded armor, you have total concealment against all ranged attacks. Yeah, this is nice, whatever. All right, let me just check up here real quick one more time. Wand of Haste, Wand of Confusion, Bone Shaker, Acid Pit. Ooh, Robe of Inevitability. This robe grants the wearer a +2 bonus to spell penetration. Crap, I must have forgotten to get that. All right, bulk selling. Yep. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. What's up with that? Gift of Blood. Yeah, that's old news. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. What's this? Lethal Conductor. Right. That'll be nice when Woljif is a magic user, but not now. Don't need that. Don't need this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. That's no. Right, that's what I just looked at. No. No. All around defense. I might use that. I still need to take a better look at that. No. These I might need a couple. I'll move the rest of them. These spike gauntlets grant the wearer's animal companion, as well as a Zada Dragon or Lich Skeletal Champion, a +6 bonus to strength ability score. At the beginning of the battle, the creature must pass a will saving throw or start attacking party members. Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Good on that. No, sir. No, sir. We're not interested in that at all. Good on that. Good on that. Good on that. What was that last one? I think it was Wisdom, right? Yeah, Wisdom. We don't have any Wisdom characters. Good on that. Clearly, I'm not going to use that. Yeah. 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 +5. Yeah, we're done with that. Repelling bracers. Yeah, putting one on with that. So, there we go. Okay, one more time. You want to talk? All right. I have to go. Let's talk later. Whatever you're free to do as you please. Perhaps I should thank you for your help. You assisted me in dealing with all of y'all's schemes, even though you didn't need to do so. I'm grateful for that. Can you explain to me just what kind of mess we're involved ourselves in? Greybor pauses for a moment and then slowly begins to explain. An anonymous client ordered Yozz, the head of the Assassin's Guild of Alan Shinra, to kill Woljif. He tried to take the target down several times, but Woljif turned out to be quite a tough nut to crack. Then Yozz gave me a new anonymous assignment, kill Darazan, and tell him that Woljif sent his best regards. However, Yozz gave me a weapon that could only wound Darazan, not kill him. He hoped it would provoke Darazan and make him angry enough to go kill Woljif himself. Of course, you killed Darazan before he even had a chance to do anything else. When Yozz found out that we were both in the Abyss and that'd be easy to talk to Woljif, he started to give me hints as to where to find this fellow. We lived up to his expectations. Woljif died, and I'm sure you remember what happened next as well as I do. So we killed Woljif for no reason? The dwarf smirked cynically. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Was he to blame for the damage to our reputation? No. Was he an utterly disgusting creature whose face practically begged me to sink an axe into it? Did he try to kill us in his own manner? Were the creatures we encountered in said manner to the most atrocious and perverted things I've ever met? The answer to all these questions is yes. I don't think anyone is going to cry themselves to sleep over his death, and neither should we. Your reputation has been restored. How do you feel? There's a spark of amusement in the dwarf's eyes. Don't panic. This will make people think twice before attempting to ruin my good name. But I'm grateful my companions didn't leave me to deal with this by myself, even though they had every right to do so. So while I am used to working alone, I appreciate a team I can trust. It's good to have someone who's got my back. Who cares about reputation anyway? People are always wagging their tongues. It might not matter as much to you as it does to me, but a vagabond like myself can only rely on 3 things in life: his good name, his sharp blade, and his sturdy boots. What do you think of your membership in the Assassin's Guild of Alan Shinra? Greybor hides a smug smile beneath his beard. I think this position rightfully belongs to me. This guild is not as infamous as the Red Mantis, the legendary fanatic assassins who perceive their victims as offerings to their god Achakek, or the silent monks of Anaphexia who guard some kind of secret knowledge and murder anyone who dares to touch it. But its name still means something to the discerning client. Alan Shinra is a crossroads between several different planes, and Yozz's assassins work not only in the Abyss and on Golarion, but also in many other interesting places. The fact that I was accepted into this society is undeniable proof of my professionalism. I am grateful that you did not insist on the exclusivity of our contract, but allowed me to reap the benefits of my hard work. I think everything is clear now. You've been a good employer, Commander. I'm glad I made this contract with you. Do you like working for me? We already did that. Okay, we can stop there. Greybor nods silently and focuses on lighting up a freshly packed pipe. Ooh, we need to talk to Wenduag. Is she in here or outside? She must be outside somewhere. I don't see her. Okay, cool. We'll do that soon. But first, Greybor, we're good with you now. We'll get you in a minute, Sosiel, but for now, let's get the team all back together again. My scroll savant, how are you? Hey, you ready to be a big dog on the perception tip, huh? What makes sense for her? Frightful aspect. Power word stun. Right, you don't have any really great options here. I guess we could just get this. We're not getting angelic aspect for any of us. Cone. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. She'll probably never use either one of those, but it's fine. Okay.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Okay, that's good.
War must end.
Oh, the waiting's never full.
All right. Let's get it cracking.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards! Trail me.
Don't mind me. Skip the pleasantries. Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
The Hindering
No
Crystal.
time for debates.
All right. No time for debates. Ooh, does this work on you? Let's find out. Oh, it's immune. Figures. Okay. But you're not immune to an arrow to the face. Works for me. What about destruction? Are you immune to this? Nope. But it doesn't do as much damage as other ones do. Oh well. Good enough. Woljif. Solid. Okay. Decent.
I'll rip you apart!
There we go. And there we are.
That's nice of
And let's go through another round of that.
Let's have some fun.
Holy Arrow should still be up. When do we'll start with this one in the back.
Beg me to stop!
cover me, all right?
Excellent. Oh, come on, Darren. Good enough. Okay. Ancient carnivorous crystal.
Let the attack
Bam,
commence.
bam, 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 bam. Oh, crap. Give me one more. Oh, that works too. I'll take it. Oh, yeah.
Stab
And
you or
then
zap you. Why not
Woljif.
both?
There we go. And they didn't leave anything, but
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
that's that. I hear you moaning sometimes in your sleep. It sounds so sad. Do you have bad dreams? Firstly, don't you dare eavesdrop on me while I'm sleeping ever again. And secondly, don't even think of pitying me. Rough. All right.
This way.
There we go. Here's Wenduag. Wenduag seems to be deep in thought, but as you approach, she looks up and fixes a friendly smile on her face. Master, I was just about to go hunting to rustle up some kind of supper. Want to keep me company? Perception, look closer at Wenduag. You see the apprehension behind her sweet smile. Her bristling fur and tail whipping back and forth are dead giveaways. Go with Wenduag. All right. Lovely. I'll show you why I was considered the best huntress in the tribe. Wenduag looks around with caution, then nods, satisfied. This is a good place. Quiet. No one will interrupt us. She turns her somber face to you, and you can see the uncertainty in her eyes. There is no game to hunt around here. Why did you call me? Without a trace of shame, Wenduag takes off her clothes and you see a bad wound on her side. This is a little something Savamalek's warriors gave me. Seems there was some kind of poison on their claws. The wound needs to be cleaned, but I can't even touch it. As soon as I do, I start howling with pain. I need your help. Damn it. This is so humiliating. I feel so helpless. Hissing in irritation, Wenduag clenches her fist. The cut looks outright horrifying. The skin around it has a yellow tinge to it, and the fluid weeping carried the sweet stench of rot. I didn't even see you get wounded. I didn't notice it either. It was just a scratch. It didn't even hurt, so I didn't pay any attention to it. And then overnight it started swelling and I developed a fever. The infection is spreading, and none of the potions I've used made a difference. Why didn't you say something back at the camp? I didn't want the others to see me howling in pain when it's being treated. It would be humiliating. Wenduag's tail lashes her knees nervously, and she stares at you intensely. How bad does it hurt? Frowning, the fighter clenches her teeth and jerks her chin up defiantly. Could be worse. Maybe we could heal you with magic. No magic. Nothing to numb me. That's for weaklings. I'm used to enduring pain and hardening my body through suffering. I want to feel everything. A relentless, fanatical fire dances in the hunter's eyes, self-destructive and frightening. Tend to Wenduag's wound. Let's do this then. Wenduag hands you a small, sharp knife and a sponge soaked with an acrid healing potion. Crap. Fail the law of nature. Low roll. As soon as you touch her, she shrieks and her whole body shudders. Shit! Speak! Say something. Try to distract me with talk, or else I'll take this knife and shove it right in you. Damn, that hurts. We won't let Savamalek conquer your tribe. Conquer? Why would he need to conquer us if we're his creations? Wenduag's voice breaks, and you hear the confusion and pain in it. The blade of the knife draws crimson lines on Wenduag's skin. She presses her whole body against you, throws her head back and growls hoarsely. Her hand grips your shoulder firmly and painfully, like the jaws of a bear trap. It's amazing how much strength lies within those deceptively slender fingers. Don't worry, you're going to be all right. You're strong. I know I'm strong, but what good is that if... Wenduag stops herself and looks away hastily. The thick venom comes out of the wound slowly. Your every touch makes Wenduag flinch convulsively. Gritting her teeth, she lets out a long groan and draws her clawed fingers along your forearms. Your skin is instantly covered with bleeding stripes, but the huntress continues to torment you with her razor-sharp claws, her eyes screwed shut. Tell me a story. How did you learn to hunt? Screw the damn story. Screw the curse on it. It hurts. Are you trying to kill me or what? Your hands carefully place the potion-soaked sponge over the wound. With a howl like a wounded animal, Wenduag bolts upright and hits you in the face. Not a slap, but a full-on punch. At the very last moment, you manage to dodge her blow. Wenduag's fist passes within a hair's breadth of your face. Leaping back, Wenduag drops into a threatening fighting stance and hisses something inarticulate through her teeth. Her fierce expression and deadly grace are almost hypnotic to watch. She is like a magnificent blade, unsheathed, its edge glinting at you. Burst into laughter. Are you trying to pet me or punch me? Come on, hit me for real. Shrieking like a wild cat, Wenduag deals another blow. She rushes at you over and over again, digging her claws into your flesh, wrapping herself around you like a vine and trying to strangle you. You feel her hot breath tickling your neck, and a moment later her teeth sink into your shoulder so deep that it starts bleeding. Finally exhausted, the huntress stills, pressing her whole body against you and panting. Carefully touching your face with her fingers, Wenduag sighs. The fire in her eyes subsides. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed. I was happy to help. Well, good. And don't be upset with me. It's not like I was really trying to hurt you. She grins. Only a little. A friendly brawl is the best way to relieve tension. Wenduag's shoulders sag and her eyes look tired. Our last few exploits are weighing on me. Talk to me, would you? I don't want to carry it all inside anymore. Her voice cracks painfully. Wenduag bites her lip so hard that it starts to bleed, and her eyes are full of torment. I still can't wrap my head around what Savamalek said. So, everything I used to believe in is a lie? I stupidly thought that my ancestors were heroes and the most resilient mortals of this world. I was proud to have their blood in my veins. All my hopes were built on that. And now it turns out that I'm just something created by demons, their puppet, the last in the long line of losers and traitors. And now every time that pointy-tailed freak raises his brow, my brain starts melting. So is that my fate now, to be their damn slave? I'm livestock now, don't you see? They created me and raised me like cattle. And from now on, for you, I'll be nothing but a rabid beast you managed to put a leash on. That's ridiculous. Number 1 or number 4? That's ridiculous. I still trust you to have my back. What more proof do you need? She darts a distrustful glance at you and scoffs. Then you are a fool to still trust me. Have you forgotten how we met? I am a traitor and a wretch, remember? But if you really meant what you said, thank you. I appreciate it. Casting her eyes down, Wenduag pensively examines the tips of her own boots, and a sudden pang of bitterness appears in her voice. Of all the creatures in the world, you managed to get tangled up with a savage, an underground freak. I've heard what they call me. I've heard them whispering that if you weren't sleeping with me, you'd have gotten rid of me long ago. They were laughing too. The commander could have anyone he wants to warm his bed, but he chose a half-beast. I am aware that to uplanders I look like a disgusting freak. Wenduag appears alarmed by her own frankness. She eyes you with suspicion, searching your face for the tiniest sign of mockery or contempt. Damn, maybe your ugly appearance just turns me on. Holy smokes. I don't care about what other people think. You're beautiful. Wenduag sighs. Or maybe you're just a pervert. Or the rest of them are blind. We're the only two who know what real beauty looks like. Wenduag falls silent for a while. Finally, after some hesitation, she shakes her head resolutely and blurts out, "Know what the worst part is? I feel terrified. Terrified that he'll come and take my tribe. That he'll come and take me, and I won't even be able to resist. Because who am I to resist him? And that means my fate is no longer in my own hands. What happens to me next depends on you, and you alone. So I have to trust you. But I don't know how to trust you. I've always been alone, all by myself. The only person I trusted was my father, but he... Angry tears rolled down Wenduag's cheeks. He didn't even recognize me. With a sob, Wenduag burrows her head into your chest. No longer the tough huntress, but a lonely little girl who's lost in the dark, dank caves. And now I'm all wet. What a pathetic sight. So what should I do now? Tell me. You recall 2 moments when Wenduag opened up to you. During the night of drinking in the tavern in Shinra, when she got intoxicated and let her guard down, and at the reception at Vellexia's, when she was blinded by jealousy and openly showed her vulnerability. Hiding behind the image of a violent and bloodthirsty fighter, Wenduag has taught herself to reject any sympathy and hate everyone who treats her as weak. But now the masks are off, and the best course of action would be to choose your words wisely in order not to destroy this newfound sincerity. A reply that is too condescending will make her angry, and one that is too cruel can break, embitter, and repel her. Stop thinking you can solve everything on your own. You need to learn to open your heart to others. You've been through a lot. Hang on there. I believe you can deal with anything, but if you need my help, I'll be right here. Yeah, number 2. You've been through a lot. Hang on there. I believe you could deal with anything, but if you need my help, I'll be right here. Peering into your eyes, Wenduag whispers under her breath, "Trusting someone is scary, but I do trust you, and you should trust me and believe in me." Wenduag suddenly presses her whole body against you, and you feel the heat of her skin. Her velvety whisper caresses your ear. "You know, I feel proud that you've chosen me to be your companion. I've never mentioned it before, but I really admire how well you're performing your duties as a leader. You carry the burden of responsibility for so many lives, and still, you manage to find time for everything and everyone, even a stupid cave cat who just needed to scratch something. I know I can be difficult sometimes, but you still manage to find the right approach and the right words to reach me. It's incredible. I only hope I'll be able to learn from you and become a worthy leader." Her eyes are filled with sincere admiration, without even a hint of subservience or flattery. With soft eyes and a softer smile, Wenduag carefully runs her claws down your shoulders. Gone is the painful passion, but now there's something else in her touch, something new. Trust, acceptance, and warmth. "I want you, but not like I did before. I don't want to play with power, pain, and helplessness today." Her whisper teases you, and her nimble fingers confidently remove your clothes. "This time, you will be mine, and I will be yours. For real." Awesome. Yep. Wenduag is amazing. Very, very well done. What is the problem? Let's get moving. Very, very well done. That was awesome. All right. And she's also missing. Where is Wenduag? I can follow up with her later.
Forwards!
It's fine.
No, backwards. Backwards!
All right, now to the arena. We'll take Sosiel with us this time. Oh, snap. Wenduag is gone. Well, jeez. All right. That kind of sucks. Battle Bliss. But you know what? I don't think these fights are like crazy hard. So we should be all right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I warned you ahead of time. I might have to redo this. I have to go respec him or something crazy like that and then redo this again. Yeah, because I did a bunch of crazy stuff with him. Oh, and I didn't even rest before I came here, so that might also end up being a problem. We'll see. Actually, let's make sure that his, yeah, we don't care about any of that. Actually, none of it matters. None of it matters. Oh, okay, it is, at level 8. Okay. My bad. Restoration greater, of course. Oh, he's got destruction too. Man, I got so much respect for that spell now. The holy word. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. Hopefully, I won't even need to really use him. All right, whatever. If I have to respec him, I'll respec him. It's okay. All right. First, date night. For your date, Vellexia has exchanged her previous dress for an equally elegant outfit. The blood red hue of her new gown seems particularly fitting, considering the activities of the arena. There you are, Asmodeus. Let's hurry to the box reserved for distinguished guests. I'm determined not to let you enjoy the spectacle from any other seats. Your new dress is very elegant. The demon blushes slightly and gives you a pleased smile. I am flattered that you notice such things, especially here in the arena, where there are so many other sights to capture your attention. Speaking of which, the fight is about to start. A fierce battle unfolds in the arena. The bloody freak surges forward, launching into a brutal attack against Absalom. Absalom desperately tries to resist their onslaught, but the bloody freak is relentless. He strikes one furious blow after another, showing no signs of exhaustion or fatigue as he bears down on his opponent. Absalom attempts to fight back against her enemy with a quick, sudden attack, but fails to find an opening. Her movements begin to slow, and her footsteps leave behind a crimson trail of blood. Whoops. Vellexia observes you closely. Her eyes sparkle with lively curiosity, and you are forced to turn your attention away from the fight as she asks, "Slavery is the cornerstone of our life in the Abyss, and gladiator fights are a popular source of entertainment. How are such shows perceived on your homeland of Golarion? What is your view on slavery?" Chaotic. The very idea of slavery offends my free spirit. Vellexia smiles approvingly, clearly pleased with your answer. It offends ours too. Demons take great pleasure in enslaving others and will buy and sell slaves without hesitation. But a demon in chains will not rest until they regain their freedom and tear their captors to pieces. With a vicious growl, the bloody freak hurls himself recklessly at his rival, who appears to be exhausted from her wounds. However, Absalom was merely feigning weakness. She dodges at the last moment and strikes a resounding blow. Blood gushes from the demon's wound, and his growl of rage gives way to a howl of desperation. Vellexia glances disinterestedly at the arena, then returns her attention to you. She is clearly more interested in conversation than in watching the fight. Nevertheless, even Golarions who are not enslaved are often forced to fight by those in authority. Yet they still charge into battle with as much zeal as those two gladiators down in the arena. So tell me, what gives them the motivation to fight? What do they hope to achieve? Those who are worthy fight for their freedom. As for the rest, they fight because they are obedient to the will of their masters. The demon nods her approval. I can see that you are insightful enough to notice the invisible chains and collars that bind your kin. Such depth of perception is truly commendable. Absalom, no longer putting up a pretense of weakness, advances against the bloody freak, dealing him several painful blows. She strikes with precision, drawing blood, but never delivering a fatal blow. The audience goes wild as Absalom toys with her opponent, and the smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. There's no doubt that the merciless symphony of violence being played out in the arena will soon reach its deadly crescendo. But the bloody freak isn't finished. He lets out a monstrous, bloodthirsty howl. It reverberates around the arena as he channels his powerful rage into one last brutal attack. He strikes as swift as lightning, and Absalom's flurry of blows is brought to a sudden halt. She sways slightly, then doubles over, as if embracing the blade that was just plunged through her body. Then, with another primal roar, the demon cuts her down, dispatching his weakened opponent with one powerful strike. Vellexia watches Absalom closely. She muses thoughtfully. But every warrior will meet their death eventually. How do Golarions face the end of their life? Are they scared of death? Do they despise it? Or do they welcome it as a friend? Death is the end, so we should live life to the fullest while there's still breath in our lungs. You have such a passion for life. I have never seen such depth of feeling. Most people are afraid of their emotions. They lack the courage to show their true feelings, so they try to keep them hidden with tricks and distractions that disguise the cowardice of their souls. The screams and howls of the crowd are deafening. The bloody freak, oblivious to his numerous wounds, basks in the admiration of the audience. The arena master's voice rings out across the battle bliss. All hail the winner! Hail the bloody freak! Hepzibah rises from her place and announces loudly, I want this bloodthirsty fighter to be my servant. From now on, he is my slave, and anyone insolent enough to object will face my wrath. Diplomacy 34. Ooh, crap, I don't have Darren. Oh, okay, cool. If you outbid Hepzibah for this gladiator, you'll wipe the smirk off her arrogant face. Vellexia averts her gaze, but fails to hide her mischievous smile. What a positively delightful idea. I can't resist. Ah, what you do to me. You've discovered my weakness. Only moments ago, Hepzibah commanded the attention of the entire audience as she boasted about her power. However, when Vellexia rises from her seat, all eyes turn towards the succubus. I dare to challenge the claim of the most esteemed Hepzibah. I am touched by this fighter's tenacity. He has found a way to my heart, and I wish to make him my bodyguard. If anyone dares to argue against my right to make such a claim, they can say it to my face. The arena master glances cautiously at Hepzibah, then he turns to Vellexia and gives her a respectful nod. The crowd erupts into jeers and shouts, clearly enjoying the public humiliation of Baphomet's daughter. Hepsimero bellows and utters wild curses, and the sounds of her wrath shake the arena. But Vellexia ignores her threats with a look of magnificent disdain and gives you a sly smile. This was so exciting! I've enjoyed our time together here at the arena. However, I cannot resist the urge to appear with you somewhere in high society. I'm sure you wouldn't say no to attending a private reception with me at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Shamira has prepared something special for her guests, and I would very much like for you to experience it with me. I shall wait for you at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. You really must come. I simply won't take no for an answer. Vellexia suddenly pauses as she is about to leave. She turns towards you with a look of gentle reproach. Oh, you should have reminded me. I nearly forgot. After such a wonderful time together, you must become a regular guest. I insist. Please, accept this little gift as a reminder that the doors of my manor are always open to you. This coin is a key to the teleportation arch located in the upper city. I would not normally give something like this to my ordinary guests, but there's nothing ordinary about you, is there? All right. One part done. Now,
We'll make things right.
we'll make things right.
Ala, swa, down. 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 Ala, swa, down.
Open to ideas.
Axe, yes, na, air, ora, wash. Ba, air, riti. Ba, air, riti.
My tail is restless.
Tio, Woljif, na, air, ora, axe, yes. Tio, Woljif, an, pa, e. Shall we move? Riti.
We shall.
Okay.
Are we ready to move out?
She do that spot if she did.
I will lend
All
you
right.
my aid.
Good enough. Hopefully, at least. I can use the help of a healer. I just want... Oh, he doesn't sell scrolls, does he? I kind of feel like I'm running low on resurrection scrolls. I arranged the deal with the succubi. Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Your help in these matters is invaluable, since I cannot attend to them myself. I think you will find the reward for your assistance is quite generous. I've arranged a fight for you against a member of the Nahindrian League. Please let me know as soon as you are ready. You haven't paid me enough. The deal with the succubi costs more than expected. You still owe me money. The tiefling frowns, but silently counts out more money. The imp stares at him in astonishment. He seems shocked by his master's behavior. I am ready to enter the arena. I hope you came prepared. The members of the Nahindrian League are formidable opponents. Atsum, your next opponent, has claimed the lives of over 100 of her opponents. She has also been slain in the arena on 3 separate occasions. However, she never stays dead. It's quite mysterious, but she always comes back to life, ready to fight in the battle bliss once more. Who is my opponent? The imp scowls and covers his face with his hands. He peeks out from behind his tiny fingers as if he is wearing a mask. The tiefling glances at his familiar and then nods. Atsalam will be your opponent. She is a very dangerous member of the Nahindrian League, but she is a bit of a mystery. She used to work for the Assassin's Guild, and no one knows why she left. She is swift, deadly, and violent. But most importantly, she is extremely hard to kill. Stay on your guard against her. Earning your membership in the Nahindrian League will not be easy. I'm ready to enter the arena. I wish you good luck. If you die, greet death with a sweet... Oh, he said it before. Let's go.
Guess what?
Ba, air, riti.
Out of my sight!
Na,
It's not going after all.
na, air, orama.
No. We will not allow you to be invisible. No, thank you. Excellent.
Distract them from me. Just die already.
What's going on with you, Darren? I'm not worried about it, whatever it is. Will save me, Bill succeeded.
Be gone, fiend!
Uh-oh. What's wrong with... Are you confused? He's confused. Some of
Time to share your treasures.
This is problematic. Will save me, throw succeeded again. Deus, chill out, bro. There we go.
Die, die, die!
There we go. Arena, I'll come back. I always come back. This is not the end. This can't be happening. The Nahindran League's fighter is down. The fearsome Aslan has fallen. Long live the newest member of the Nahindran League. Boom, 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 boom. And Mangalef solemnly raises his hands for silence. His eyes sweep across the arena before coming to rest on you. There's a sly look on his face, and he gives you a cheerful wink before quickly resuming a pompous and dignified expression. He turns back to the crowds, and his voice booms out over the arena. Behold, the newest member of the Nahindran League. He is invincible, bloodthirsty, violent, and cunning. It's Asmodeus, the Method Slayer, glory and death. The crowd goes wild. Demons climb over one another, trying to get a better look at you. The roar of the spectators grows so loud you can feel it in your bones. The audience is utterly enthralled. They look at you in wonder and worship you as if you're a god. Chaotic, scowl menacingly. You swine, you pieces of shit. Come down here, I'll kill you all. I'll crush you. I'll tear you to shreds. The crowd roars its approval. The screams of the audience shake the arena, and the battle bliss trembles with the noise of their stomping feet. They pump their fists excitedly and yell in unison, Method Slayer! And Mangalef lays his fat hand on your shoulder with exaggerated friendliness. This gladiator is no longer an unknown fighter, a loner without a place to belong. For his valor and courage, Asmodeus will receive a collar of the Nahindran League. From now on, he is the precious property of the Battle Bliss. I am pleased to tell you that I have personally taken this worthy warrior under my wing. Look out, champ. Mangalef pats you on the shoulder again, and as he does, the world around you fades to black. Hey, that's enough fooling around. You have more methods to defeat. Mangalef looms over you. The arena master's massive, bloated torso wriggles wildly as he bursts into a fit of maniacal laughter. As the Cambion howls in amusement, you realize that your neck feels stiff. You reach up a hand and discover that you are now wearing a jewel-studded metal collar. The hand's voice is filled with sorrow and remorse. I've let you down, champion. That fiend has taken you captive, and I was unable to stop him. I could not perceive his motives through the veil of insanity that shrouds his damaged mind. I knew we were in the abyss, a place where you can't even trust your own shadow, but I failed to be vigilant. Well, what's done is done. Stay strong. We will find a way to free you. Are you out of your mind, you fat piece of shit? Mangalef smiles at you approvingly. He responds eagerly. Yes, there's the passion. That's what the audience loves about you. The crowds would tear you to pieces if they had the chance. It wasn't easy to keep them away from you. Everyone wanted to leave with a small souvenir. They would have loved to test their skills against the arena's newest sensation. If you left the Battle Bliss, you'd be the most popular entertainment in the city. Everyone would be trying to pick a fight with you, but I simply cannot allow the arena to lose its most promising new gladiator. No, it would be an unacceptable tragedy. The Cambion points to your collar with a smile. Please, accept this small gift with my compliments. It will guarantee your safety. This collar will make sure you do not leave the battle bliss. I don't want you out looking for trouble on the streets. It will also prevent you from picking fights with other gladiators outside the scheduled fight times. It would be so wasteful if you started killing one another outside the arena. The crowds would miss out on all the action. No, there will be a time and place for fighting, but here you can experience other kinds of entertainment. You'll enjoy all the pleasures accorded to the new star in the arena, the best food and drink, the most passionate succubi, and throngs of adoring fans. You'll love being my property. I promise. Chaotic. How dare you? You're trying to enslave me? This is disgusting. No, no, no. Finally. Chaotic evil. No, no, no. You will be my property, but I won't treat you like a slave. I won't make you run errands for me or force you to do anything humiliating. You are my treasure, my precious instrument of violence. You will be a paintbrush in the hands of an artist. Yes, the arenas will be my canvas, and blood will be my paint. I will use you to create a masterpiece of violence, pain, and death. Where are my companions? Armangalev sounds distracted. Your companions? Oh, yes, there was a group of Golarions who came looking for you, but I gave the guards strict orders to keep them away. Are they your slaves? Forget about them. You don't need them anymore. I own the best slaves in Alan Shinra, and they are all at your disposal. Free me now. The Camellia bursts into a fit of hysterical laughter. Oh, I wish I could make you really angry right now. I'd love to watch you destroy everything, but now is not the time or place. You'll just have to accept that from now on, you will live here, just like all the other members of the Nihindrian League. Only the champion is allowed to leave the arena, because everyone thinks he is invincible. No one wants to pick a fight with someone who can't die. That's why the champion can do whatever he wants. Armangalev looks at you with a sly smile. Perhaps you would like to fight Gelderfang. If you take his life and title, you can walk free. The chance to become the champion, why, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. Too bad you won't survive. Take off this collar right now. You don't know who I am, do you? You've made a big mistake. The demon winks at you. You do realize that you're not my first obstinate guest, don't you? Some of the creatures who have worn my collars once aspired to become demon lords. Trust me, I am very prudent. My collars are designed to restrain all manner of creatures. Not even a Baylor could escape. It won't work. I'll find a way to get free. The arena master nods with a chuckle. Of course you will, but it won't happen the way you imagine. The crowd wants to see Gelderfang tear you apart. They simply cannot wait for that to happen, and who am I to deny them? If I ignore their desires, they will storm the arena. Yes, soon you will take your last stand in the arena. When the champion is done with you, you will be truly free. Of course, you will be dead, but your spirit will live on. No one will ever forget the ambitious newcomer who almost defeated the champion. This collar reminds me of the seal we broke back in Dresden. If I try to break it here, its powers will be unleashed, and the collar will likely kill you. I don't want to take that risk, at least not right now. Let's only consider that option as a last resort. For now, you should try to stay calm, be vigilant, and look for opportunities to escape. I'm certain you'll find a way to get free. Not everyone seems to like the way you run the arena. Oh, please, don't start spouting all that rubbish about fair fights. What does that even mean? One of the opponents is always stronger than the other. That's the whole point. After all, the fights are supposed to be entertaining. The spectators come here to watch the strong triumph over the weak. They want to enjoy the taste of victory without ever leaving their seat. The arena is a theater of violence, a deadly circus, but it is not a fighting pit. After all, fights always follow one of two narratives. Either the monster prevails over its helpless victim, or the invincible hero chops off the monster's head. The outcome of every fight is predetermined, and its narrative depends on what the spectators want to see. Some fighters are crowd favorites. The audience cheers them on with whistles and shouts of encouragement. And of course, there are other fighters that they despise. The crowd jeers them from the stands. Why would anyone want to change all of that? It would ruin the show. The audience wants a performance, not a competition match between two professional gladiators. What's the point of a fight without any drama? You might as well just flip a coin to decide who wins. Nobody wants fair fights except Zeklex. The audience likes things the way they are. but Zeklex handles the betting tables, and they haven't been very profitable. Of course, under my management, the arena makes money in other ways, but that's not enough for him. He wants to turn my magnificent theater of violence into a stupid slaughterhouse. Do you really think the Method Slayer is an amusing title? There's an insane light in the Cambion's eyes. He nearly chokes with laughter. Yes, I think it's magnificent. All of Ellen Shudra finds it funny. You must admit, I have a talent for inventing memorable nicknames. Chaotic burst out laughing. All right, I see your point. It is quite funny. The two of you laugh together for some time. You can sense that there's something not altogether right about his laughter. It feels unhinged, but it's also intoxicating. And as you drink it in, you feel the faint aftertaste of immortality on your lips. I think you've gone completely insane. Ermangala smiles disarmingly. I surely am. I am mad as a hatter, my marbles long lost. But what did you expect? You're in the abyss. Everyone is crazy here. If you are sane and sensible, you are shunned by society. You'll be considered an outcast. I think we're done here. Get some rest and restore your strength. The healer will mend your wounds, as Zeklex will take care of your other needs. Okay. What does this look like? Ingredients. Atslum sits in front of you, looking very much alive despite her recent death in the arena. However, she is not alone. Two other figures sit beside her. The first is an elderly woman with a wrinkled face. Despite her age, she still retains some of the grace and vigor of youth. The second is a very young girl who has only just passed from childhood to adolescence. Upon closer inspection, you realize that both of these figures look like Atslum. They all share the same face. Atslum looks up at you. She has high cheekbones and androgynous features that could easily belong to a man or a woman. Her ears are partially hidden beneath her hair, but you can just make out their strange shape. You realize that Atslum is not human, though from a distance she could easily be mistaken from one. She greets you cheerfully and does not seem to harbor any resentment toward you. Ah, here comes our killer. We hope you enjoyed the sweet taste of victory. The old woman who looks like Atslum adds in a stern voice, but we won't forget what you've done to us. It hurts us very much. Be glad that we're not vindictive. Well, not normally. How did you survive? We are a Fae of the first world, a triune being with joint thoughts and feelings. When two of us fight in the arena, the third one observes, hidden by magic. This way, one of us will stay alive even if the others die. Then when morning comes, we will return to our triune form. I see. Atslum gives you a mysterious smile. That's why people dislike the Fae so much. You never know what to expect from us, even when we're dead. How do you create copies of yourself? The girl smiles mischievously and sticks out her tongue. It's a Fae secret. We won't tell you. Why do you refer to yourself in the plural? The elderly woman chuckles. She shrugs her shoulders and sighs. We are not one, and we are not three. We are a triune entity. This is the way we are accustomed to speaking. Tell me about yourself. We are Atslum, Thunder Eyes, the Fae from the first world, and a proud scout of the Wild Hunt. It was Atslum's job to track down the prey and flush them from hiding. After a good chase, there would be feast, and Atslum always took a bottle of spiced wine to the monarch of the hunt. During one of the feasts, Atslum infuriated the monarch when she mixed up 2 bottles of wine. She brought him young wine, fragrant and smelling of spring, but he asked her for aged wine that tasted of oak, a wine that would leave the bitterness of regret on the tongue and make the soul weep. Old Atslum joins in, and her voice trembles with bitterness. And the monarch said, "Don't you know the difference between young and old, Atslum? No? Well, I'll show you." And he banished Atslum from the first world. But the Fae used to be a good servant, so at the last moment, the monarch relented. To help Atslum overcome her pathetic stupidity, the monarch taught her a special spell in order to cast the spell on herself every morning. This spell made Atslum a triune being and helped her understand the difference between vibrant youth and the gray hairs of old age. Young Atslum interrupts the older version of herself. And now Atslum has grown wise. We've become very wise. And the time is near when the monarch will summon us back to the Wild Hunt and we'll be riding again with our brothers and sisters. We will drink and laugh, and no one will say, "Ha ha, Atslum is so foolish. She doesn't even know the difference between young and old ever again." How would you like to help me kill Gelderfang in the arena? You wish to betray Imrigalef and kill his champion? That is an ambitious plan, and for some reason you've decided to seek our help. You killed us, but that has not stopped you from paying us a visit. This is all very unusual. Yes, you've got us intrigued. Now you must persuade us. Young Absalom laughs and clasps her hand together eagerly. We want to hear more about this cunning treachery. How exciting! Because it will be fun to betray Imrigalef. The young Absalom nods her approval. She gestures towards her other two forms, as if to indicate that she is speaking on their behalf. The Golarion knows the meaning of fun. This sounds like a very good joke. Count us in. I have to go. Absalom's three incarnations watch you leave with a sly smile. Okay. Demon Gladiator. Charred Bulwark. This +4 heavy shield grants its wielder immunity to cold and a +1 bonus to AC against medium and smaller creatures. A huge, dark-skinned man sits quivering in the corner. His giant body is covered in scars. Many of his injuries look like they should have been fatal, yet somehow he is still alive. Some of his wounds are still fresh, but no one has bandaged them up or tried to heal him. The man's skin is in tatters, and blood oozes from his broken body. He is clearly in a lot of pain, and it is hard to believe that someone so badly injured could maintain consciousness. He casts a wary glance in your direction and grunts something unintelligible. You can't make out his words, but his tone is an unmistakable warning not to come any closer. Examine the slave's sword and helmet. The gladiator moves with surprising speed. As you reach for the items, he snatches them away. His voice is a hoarse whisper. Not yours. Go away. Who are you? The gladiator snarls at you. He looks tense, ready to spring. He is clearly not comfortable holding a conversation. A low, feral growl rumbles in his throat. The dire one. Perception check pass. Trevor. Are you Trevor Vanek, Sosiel's brother? The gladiator glows still. He glances at you, lips trembling. He seems to be trying to speak, but the only sound that comes from his parched throat is a dry, wheezing croak. Finally, he nods and manages to choke out hoarsely. Sosiel. Yes, he is my brother. After a pause, the gladiator touches your hand with his rough, deformed fingers, as if he is trying to greet you with a handshake, but can't quite remember what he's supposed to do. Are you his friend? My friend, too. Can you understand me? There's a mixture of fear and anger in the man's bloodshot eyes. Perhaps he doesn't understand you, or perhaps he just doesn't want to talk. I have to go. The slave closes his eyes and collapses onto his mat with a dull moan. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that's as far as they'll let you go over there. Boom, ba-dum, boom. The tiefling looks utterly miserable. I feel guilty about that. I should have warned you. I've acted dishonorably and I feel awful. Did you know that I was walking into a trap? I didn't know for sure, but I did have my suspicions. All the members of the Hydrian League are considered Imrigalef's property, and since gladiators are valuable assets, they are not allowed to leave the arena. All of the elite fighters at the Battle Bliss wear those collars. However, I did suggest to Imrigalef that he should make an exception in your case. I told him that he should allow you to remain free. I thought I had managed to convince him, but clearly I was wrong. I thought we were partners. I'm disappointed. Tiefling looks miserable. He hangs his head. Yes, I violated the terms of our partnership, but what choice did I have? If I told you that you might lose your freedom, you would have refused to fight. I had no qualms about deceiving you before we formed our partnership, but I regret that I had to do so after we made a deal. The Tiefling is the first resident of the Abyss who seems genuinely ashamed of lying to you. Sensing his master's distress, the imp attempts to squirm out of the bag, but Zeklek stops him with a stern glance. Why am I being forced to wear this collar? These collars are worn by all the members of the Hydrian League. You won't be able to leave the arena. If you try to escape, the collar will immediately transport you back to the Battle Bliss. If you try to hurt Imrigalef or harm his property while wearing the collar, it will transfer you to a safe and quiet place where you can calm down. Of course, the collar will be removed when you enter the arena. That's the only time members of the Hindran League are allowed to fight one another. Our Mangalev doesn't want his precious property damaged outside the arena, but there are no such restrictions once his fighters are inside. As long as there are screaming crowds in the stands, the gladiators can do whatever they want to one another. Did you hear that, champion? They'll take off the collar when you fight. As soon as you enter the arena, you'll be free and unfettered. You can do whatever you want. A lot of gladiators believe that they're invincible. They're so confident in their own abilities, they'll challenge anyone to a fight. Before our gladiators had collars, they used to strut around the streets of Alan Shinra and pick fights with dangerous opponents. We lost a number of good fighters that way. Even worse, they would fight among themselves and kill or maim one another outside the arena without any spectators to watch. That's why I had the idea to create these collars. However, our Mangalev stole my idea and took all the credit for it. I understand. I apologize once again. I would certainly set you free if I could. Will you help me escape? Of course I will. I have a plan that will free you from the collar and help you defeat Gelderfang. And trust me, you will need my help. While you were unconscious, our Mangalev managed to find an Nahindran crystal. Gelderfang has been obsessed with getting his hands on one, and his wish finally came true. A demon called Mudasafin took the crystal into Gelderfang's room and locked the door. For the next few hours, the sound of the champion's screams shook the arena. When Gelderfang emerged from his room, he was covered in blood, but he also looked stronger and more powerful than ever. Our Mangalev is confident that you don't stand a chance against this champion, but I disagree. I think you can win. We've waited a long time for this moment. Our opponent's cards are on the table. Now let's see what hand we've been dealt. The tiefling begins to speak in a brisk, matter-of-fact tone. Liam nods his agreement with each sentence. Our Mangalev will begin the match by sending out weak fighters against you just to whet the Arnish's appetite. He'll definitely bring out the Golarions you bought. They aren't fit for a real fight anyway. I placed my homunculus among them, so make sure you keep an eye out for him during the battle. He's extremely fragile. If you break him, he will self-destruct and cause a powerful magical explosion. I'm sure you can find a way to use this ability to your advantage. Gelderfang is, of course, an extremely dangerous opponent, but he is not without his vulnerabilities. For example, he doesn't know that you hired the succubi to keep him company. Since you paid for their services, I think they'd be willing to accommodate some special request. If you want to weaken Gelderfang before the fight, I'm sure you could persuade them to help you. I think that's everything. Try to make use of these advantages during the fight. It'll be your best chance to defeat Gelderfang. And while you fight for the title of champion, I'll eliminate Mangalev. He'll be vulnerable without his favorite bodyguard. Then the Battle Bliss arena will be ours. Of course, you won't have to fight Gelderfang all by yourself. Your companions were worried when their Mangalev kidnapped you. I reached out to them and secured their cooperation. I'll make sure they join you in the arena when the time comes. Did you mention Mudasafin? I killed him not long ago. I've heard more than one person claim the same thing before. It didn't stick. That weasel Mudasafin is surprisingly hard to kill. Is there anything I should know about my fight with the champion? The fight will not be fair. As you already know, our Mangalev doesn't believe in a level playing field. First, he will send in some weak fighters just to whet the Arnish's appetite. Then, you will have to face more experienced gladiators. I have no doubt that you'll defeat them, but they might prove troublesome. Try not to let them wear you down and avoid injury as much as possible. You'll need to save your strength. Next, I suspect that some members of the Hindran League will enter the arena. Our Mangalev will send in some of his most loyal fighters. The dire one will probably be there, like a rabid dog on a leash. And I expect Atslem and Ruxo will be there as well. They don't care if the fight is fair or not. All they care about is gold. Finally, after all of that, Gelderfang himself will enter the fight. And that's when our Mangalev will be defenseless. The Battle Bliss will be ours. Yes, and I bet my life on this plan. I'm not going to stand back and leave things to chance. I can hire some assassins to attack Gelderfang in the arena. Of course, they won't be able to kill him, but they might distract him long enough for you to finish him off. I could use some help. Seklex nods but doesn't speak. His face is screwed up in concentration, as if trying to calculate something in his head. Finally, he gives a satisfied nod. Yes, we are taking a risk, but delaying any longer will not improve our situation. In fact, it might make it worse. So we need to take action now. It's time for you to prepare for the hardest fight of your life. Gelderfang is a true master of violence, and now within the Hindran Crystal, he's stronger than ever. I have other things to do. Rest up. You need all your strength for the upcoming fight. Find me when you're ready, and I'll escort you to the arena. All right.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Jeez. A massive, scaly demon greets your arrival with a roar of fury. She spins her weapon toward you with practiced ease, stopping the blade an inch from your chest. Golarion, new blood. You have not been in the league for long, but you've already been given the chance to fight against Gelderfang. I've been fighting in their arena for over a year now, but Armangala protects his champion from me. Pathetic cowards, the both of them. Who are you? The demon twirls her weapon in the air. The blade comes within a hair's breadth of your face. Surely you already know. I am Ruxa, the future champion of the Battle Bliss. We Vavakia are the greatest of the races, and even among my own kind, I am considered the best and strongest. The power that roars within me was a gift from Lamashtu herself. She gave me the strength to conquer the entire universe. What can that pompous weakling Gelderfang possibly do to me? I'll take him by his neck with one hand, and I'll grab his wings with the other. Then I'll tear him apart. Do you worship Lamashtu? The demon answers with a proud roar. Yes, Lamashtu created Vavakia to rule and conquer. She gives us strength, power, and superiority over all the rest. We are conquerors, Lamashtu's true firstborns. All Vavakia must worship her. We'll have to fight against each other soon. I suggest we join forces and kill Gelderfang. Why would I want to form an alliance with you, new blood? Despite her arrogance, you can tell that you have her attention. She watches you intently, clearly interested in what you have to say. Armangala will rig the fight. He won't let you defeat his champion. Yes, Armangala is both smart and cunning, but he's a coward. He won't let me break his favorite toy in a one-on-one fight. Fine, I won't kill you in the arena. I'll wait until Gelderfang shows up to fight you, and then I'll tear him to pieces. Perhaps I'll even let you live after I'm finished with him. If you grovel in the dust and beg for mercy, I might choose to spare you. I have to go. Get lost, new blood. I'll kill you in the arena soon enough. Unholy spear, long spear. Athletics check. 40. Interesting. Oh. Oh, well. We tried. The succubus you've hired on Zeklex's instructions recognizes you at once and waves at you enthusiastically. You've really pulled out all the stops. But tell me, is it your ambition to kill Gelderfang? If so, that would suggest you had an ulterior motive for hiring us. Is there something particular you had in mind? What do you need us to do? The succubus lowers her voice conspiratorially and glances briefly at her companions. You follow her gaze and realize they are all busy distracting the champion's attention from your conversation. How is the champion? Is Gelderfang enjoying himself? The succubus gives you a wink and lowers her voice. He is absolutely enthralled. He believes our visit is a gift from an anonymous fan. If it weren't for your presence in the Battle Bliss, he would have been completely happy. But it seems like your arrival has made Gelderfang a bit cranky. Of course, he pretends like everything is all right, but he clearly considers you a threat. Gelderfang hasn't been afraid of anyone in a long time, so he finds you deeply unsettling. I have a job for you. The succubus exchanges a glance with her companions. Well, of course. After all, that's why you hired us. You've paid for our services and we're ready to do our job. What do you have in mind? Just give the word and we'll make this lecherous champion miserable. Lace Gelderfang's drink with poison. The succubus considers this for a moment and then nods. Gelderfang simply adores a good cocktail. We'll give him a cup of poison before the fight, for good luck. I'm sure if we lavish him with our attention, he won't deny himself the pleasure of our company. I have to go. Take care of yourself, outsider. If you survive the fight with the champion, drop by the brothel to see us. We'll give you a night to remember. After all, Gelderfang shouldn't have all the fun. Gelderfang greets you with a condescending sneer. He looks at you smugly, flexes his muscles so that you can see his chiseled abs beneath his smooth, flawless skin. His teeth had been neatly filed, and his impassive eyes had a cold fury that could ignite into a hot, flaming rage at any moment. You get the feeling that it wouldn't take much to set him off on a rampage. Ah, you must be my next victim. So you're the little Golarion who wants to challenge me for the title of Battle Bliss Champion? Gelderfang pretends not to recognize you. He looks you up and down and then fixes you with a bored, lazy stare. Another primitive Golarion. There's nothing special about you. How disappointing. Bluff. You don't deserve to... actually, wait. Why do you fight in the arena? Because it's fun. Where else can I unleash my passion, my wild and sensual spirit? If I don't fight, I feel a terrible aching pain in my bones. Without release, my power grows sour and stale like a rancid brew. And the only thing that can cleanse me from this stagnation is to find a victim and torment them until they howl. Their wail of pain and humiliation washes over me and restores my power to its full potency. Only then do I become myself again, Gelderfang the Invincible, the true ruler of the Battle Bliss. We're going to fight each other soon. You're not scared, are you? The demon chuckles contemptuously. When you're about to eat a great feast, do you feel scared? When a succubus seduces you, do you feel scared? I'm looking forward to our fight, and so should you. I plan to be very delicate with you. I'll slip my fingers into your skin and extract the tip of a nerve, and then I'll slowly pull it from your body like a fisherman reeling in a line. I won't stop until I've removed every last nerve from your body. First, you'll howl in pain and terror, and then you'll beg me to pull your nerves out faster so that you won't feel the pain anymore. Trust me, it will be an unforgettable experience. I killed a lot of your kind back on Golarion. All right, I heard about that. A real demon exterminator. Supposedly you have amazing powers or something like that. But you don't seriously think that your enemies on Golarion can compare with a demon like me, do you? Even my rivals are more powerful than the puny foes you defeated back on your world. Sorry, but your special powers aren't enough to impress me. What kind of crystal did Ermengalev give you? The incubus stretches his limbs and looks at you with a grin. That doesn't concern you, mortal. You shouldn't worry about such things. I don't need a crystal to defeat you. And if you had the crystal instead of me, you still wouldn't stand a chance. Bluff. You don't deserve to be the champion. You're a pathetic blowhard, and it's appalling that I have to fight against such an unworthy opponent. The demon's relaxed, laid-back demeanor vanishes instantly. He hisses furiously, baring his teeth in an angry snarl. I'm going to make you suffer, mortal. I'm going to make you beg for the sweet release of death. I'll start nice and slow. Oh, yes, I'll take my time as I unravel your innards. I'll make a noose for you out of your own intestines, and then I'll strangle you until the life leaves your body.
This way.
And that's it. Okay. Lead me to the arena. The champion dies today. Zeklex looks at you solemnly. I bet everything on you. We're certainly taking a risk, and I hope that we're not making a mistake. Good luck, and may whatever gods you worship protect you. It's time for a glorious fight. This ambitious Golarion wants to fight the champion of the Battle Bliss himself, the deadly Gelderfang. How exciting! Who will emerge victorious? My bet is on the Golarion. No one can defeat Gelderfang, especially not a soft and squishy mortal. This isn't entertainment, it's just boring. I am sure that the Battle Bliss arena will be able to entertain you, my dear Hepzibah. Today, the Method Slayer will fight Gelderfang himself. We'll tear them to pieces. A fight with the champion? Screw that. Whoever kills the Golarion gets a double ration for dinner. Now please give a warm welcome, Lamashu's burp. Who's that? Zeklex. Ah, never mind. Give a warm welcome to Method Slayer's friends. Okay. And looks like a whole lot of
Missed me already.
Oh, Adayana.
Oh, we still don't have Wenduag.
Lissano Danyam. Irimosi Travisi. Patritium Turino. Irimosi Travisi.
Vorlesh. Na. Eya. Orama. Na. Eya. Orama.
Ona Adayana.
All right. Well, won't use turn-based mode for this fight. Memphis Slayer, Memphis Slayer, Memphis Slayer. Okay.
Slice!
Na, orma.
There we go. The time has come for some serious bloodshed. Give a warm welcome to our best fighters, seasoned and merciless, and behold the gruesome skills of our contestant. Let's take down this Golarion upstart and get our gold. Let's go. All right.
May I see your entrails, please? Blood!
In fact, you know what? No, they're gladiators. Who knows? They might actually have something interesting, so we'll let it ride. All right.
Bashani Savitur.
160. That's one. Next to me just in time. I'll take it. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Bashani Savitur.
43. And there we go. Who will bring an end to this contested string of victories? Behold, the fight is for the Nihindran League. Give it up for Atslim and Ruska. You struck me down once, but now I'll get my revenge. I am Ruxa. I will rule this place. Kneel before me, you pathetic maggots. We will abide by our agreement, Asmodeus. Wow, looks like the Memphis Slayer has made some new friends in the arena. Did you expect me to fall for this stupid plan of yours? You fool. I'll kill you first and deal with Gelderfang later. I'm tired of waiting around. I'll kill you where you stand, Golarion. It looks like the champion is eager to shed some blood. He doesn't want to wait any longer. Give a huge welcome to the invincible Gelderfang. And I don't know what's going on there. Why is there that white square?
I don't steal. I
Just to be
encourage
sure.
people to save the poor, helpless tieflings around the world. Starting with making
Great now.
Ona Adayana.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Okay.
Orma.
Some of them, that's highly unpleasant.
Sashani Savitur!
160. We'll make this quick. He'll Gelderfang. Don't touch the Golarion. Hey, Method Slayer, where your fans? But what's this? It seems like the Method Slayer's fans have decided to help him in the fight. Okay, yep, just did that. Can't do it again, right? Yep, okay, let's go. And Ember. Ember's in a bad way. Continue fighting everyone. Oh, he is nothing. I'll come back.
Fall!
Damn! All right, Axel. Good lord. Come on, Woljif. How'd you miss that? Why am I not able to charge toward you?
All I see is blackness.
Well, that was brutal. Okay. All right, that's just not happening, huh?
Sashani Savitur!
This time's 32.
Continue fighting.
He doesn't have heal, right? No.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
Cover me, all
Here we
right?
go. Oh, crap. Oh, that's not good. All right, Darren. There we go. Very nice. Zeklex has Imringa left by the throat. The injured Cambion is on his knees, and blood seeps from his wounds. Zeklex raises up his dagger in a gesture of triumph. We won. Now we just need to finish him off. I'll let you do the honors. Ermagalev licks his lips nervously. He glances back and forth between you and Zeklex. Am I supposed to plead for my life now? Is this the moment where I try to soften the hard hearts of my cunning killers? Well, why not? Wringing his hands dramatically, he falls to his knees. He begins to wail so loudly, even the spectators in the back of the stands can hear him. What are you doing? Let's make a deal. Zeklex, I gave you everything you wanted. Armangalev thrusts his arms toward you. And you, champion, our newest champion. I always believed you would win. I am your biggest fan. Spare me. Finish the sleaze bag off. He tried multiple times to kill you in the arena. Now it's time for you to pay him back. Please have mercy on me. I promise my generosity will know no bounds. I beg you to spare me. I won't arrange unfair fights ever again. I'll give the arena to you, Zeklex. As for you, champion, I'll give you anything you want. Shamira, save me. Armangalev's wailing lament can be heard from the back of the stands. He gives such a movie performance, the audience bursts into applause. A rather tasteless performance, but you cannot deny his dedication to the role. Ha! You call that acting? You should have seen me back at Canabra's. Whenever the guards caught us, we'd give them a show. Real tragic. We weren't, let me tell you. As if to demonstrate, the tiefling's face crumples. His eyes fill with tears and his voice quavers with so much pain and fear, it would melt a heart of stone. First, you let a single tear roll down your cheek, and then you have to sound really pitiful. Mister, please have mercy on me. I'm young and foolish. I didn't know any better. Works like a charm every time, but this felt forced. Where's the emotion, I ask you? Where's the soul? This trickster option, probably one of the most insane things I've seen in the entire game. I didn't particularly care for trickster path, but this option here, wow. Wow. All right. Amergalef, you're a liar and a filthy asshole. Don't be angry at me. Zeklex was the one who came up with all the nasty ideas. He wants to turn you against me, but I've never done anything to you. Sure, I've been laughing and having fun, but that's what I do. It's the role I play. I laugh about everything and everyone. The audience loves it. Zeklex is to blame for everything. Zeklex clutches the dagger as he hisses through his teeth. Liar. I am so tired of your lies. Seems like there should be a demon option here that takes into account your previous history at Amergalef and kind of pays him back for the way things were before. But whatever. Attack Amergalef. Zeklex utters a cry of triumph. Amergalef is dead. I, Zeklex, lay claim to the battle bliss. The arena is all mine. From now on, there will be no more dirty fights, no more sham rivals, and no more dull shows. The fight will become unpredictable. Opponents will be evenly matched, and the thrill of battle will have you on the edge of your seats. If anyone has a problem with these new arrangements, they can take it up with our new champion, my champion. Tremble before him. All hail Asmodeus, Gelderfang Slayer.
Watch and learn.
All right. And so it is. Okay. Blinding Wrath. This +5 anarchic great axe confers a critical hit. It also deals its normal weapon damage to all creatures in melee range, including the wielder and their allies. Yuck. Helm of Fearless Vanguard. Whenever they wear this helm, receives healing. She is healed for an additional 1d6 hit points. Come on now. We are in Act 4. Who's taking something like that? All right. Boom, 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 boom.
Patricium Turinos!
Right?
Wherever my legs carry me.
Fighting for a righteous cause is certainly different from a simple massacre. The former is more bloody and
Patricium Turinos!
Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. The Battle Bliss has a new champion. The demons sing your praises. You have won their respect. Tell me, champion, do you enjoy the attention? Are you basking in your newfound glory? Yes, I thought it was fun. It would have been foolish to turn down such a profitable opportunity. You may call it a profitable opportunity, but I call it an opportunity to indulge your worst instincts. When you enter the arena, you are not fighting to defend Golarion. You are fighting for the amusement of others. It grieves me that the hero of the Crusade would take part in such wretched entertainment. You'll be all right.
Forwards? No, backwards.
All right.
Backwards.
When I did this in my last playthrough, it really sucked. I hope they change the way this works. Let's see if we can do something different. By the way, so you went to the site of the camp where Sosiel's brother was kidnapped. If we had brought Sosiel with us to meet that black mask guy, the one whose mask Nanio licked, and it was absolutely disgusting, they would have had a conversation about his brother, and Sosiel would have realized that was the demon who kidnapped his brother and then brought him to the arena. So otherwise, you have to hope that you pass that perception check when you go to see the Dire One and realize that it's his brother. Zeklex looks very grand and important. He's clearly enjoying his new status. His shoulders look strong and broad, and he appears to have grown a few inches taller. However, he still addresses you politely, and you can hear the respect in his voice. The Battle Bliss welcomes his new champion. How can I be of service? There, let's see. Ooh, you could have, I forgot, yeah, you could have him set him free. There is a wounded fighter called the Dire One among your gladiators. I want you to set him free. Why would I do that? The Dire One is the property of the Battle Bliss, and he generates substantial income in the arena. His remarkable talent for survival makes us a considerable profit. The spectators like to bet on the possibility of his death. He is known for his ability to survive absolutely unimaginable wounds without any healing or medical treatment. Yeah, I hate this. Like, and it doesn't give you any other options. First of all, he's literally in the back of this building. I should be able to slaughter these guys and just go back there, if need be. But instead, if you attempt to attack, they do this weird thing where the arena supposedly shuts down and you can't get past any of the doors here. Like, it doesn't make any sense. No option for me to pay him. I've got 600,000 gold. Like, make some sort of ridiculous sum, say, hey, 200,000 gold in order to get him out. And if I want to take that option, then let me do it. But instead, they say that I have to go into the arena. Plus, this is a guy who's already pissed me off once, and I made it completely clear that I am not someone you want to play with. So it should be doubly clear that, yo, if I tell you I want this guy free, you need to go ahead and free him. And it seems like the game doesn't give me any of those options. This is annoying. And yes, I did submit a suggestion about this. All right. My companion Sosiel needs to meet the Dire One. Forgive me, champion, but rules are rules. You can talk to the Dire One whenever you'd like, but your companion cannot. However, with your permission, I can arrange a meeting for them in the arena. And by a meeting, I mean a fight. Is this option suitable for you? I agree. Trevor's my brother. He would never raise a hand against me. I wouldn't be so sure of that. The arena has changed him. But who knows? We certainly can't rule out the possibility of a peaceful outcome. So let's make a deal. If the Dire One, I mean Trevor, really does recognize you and refuses to fight, I'll send someone else into the arena. The two of you can fight against your opponent together. After all, the spectators paid to see a show, and we can't disappoint them. It would be bad for business. The show. Sosiel grits his teeth. Fine, I agree. After all I've gone through to fight him, what's another fight? But if we win, you'll let him go free. We'll leave the arena together. Are you trying to bankrupt me? Zeklex looks as though he's about to object, but a glance in your direction seems to change his mind. Fine. Unfortunately, I am not in a position to argue. Let's make a wager. Your life for your brother's freedom. Do we have a deal? Exactly. You're not in a position to argue. Why do they force me to agree to this nonsense? I don't get it. The tiefling extends his hand to Sosiel, who shakes it reluctantly. Sosiel is ready to enter the arena and face Trevor. Very good. Follow me, please. So he comes in. Now, as the demon, I'm going to be attempting to corrupt Sosiel. So I'm going to have him turn against his brother, which should make this all significantly easier. But if you go the good guy route and you want to try to get his brother out of there, you end up in a situation where Sosiel, essentially by himself, has to face wave after wave after wave of enemies in the arena. I've got through maybe 2 waves, maybe 3, and it was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It didn't have any relation to anything else you've ever experienced in this game, especially if you've built Sosiel up to essentially be a healer, which a lot of people probably did. So yeah, I'm not happy at all about the way this quest ends up. Sosiel steps into the arena, his eyes wandering around the stands full of clamorous spectators. The faces of demons and mortals alike blur, merging into a horrendous multi-eyed monster which roars at the top of its many lungs in an endless thirst for blood. They are chanting, "The Dire! The Dire!" and the Dire One answers their call. A dark-skinned warrior in an enclosed helmet approaches Sosiel. His body is covered with scars, old and new, intertwining in web-like layers. Even the fingers of the veteran gladiator are marred and disfigured. Those same hands that once produced delicate wooden designs, a source of joy for the whole village, now grip a weapon, and a weapon that is pointed at the young cleric. Trevor, brother, is that you? The helmet prevents the gladiator from hearing anything not already drowned out by the crowd. The soldier breaks into a sprint and lunges at Sosiel with his sword raised to strike. Sosiel attacks. You're not my brother. Die.
We won't fall here. I swear it.
What in the hell? Okay. Guess we'll take this off. still won't let me select him. You just gotta let him just automatically attack. Okay, fine. He seems to be handling it okay. Fine. The gladiator takes his brother's hands in his calloused palms, which are now resemble the clawed paws of a beast, then squeezes them. He draws a dagger from a sheath on his belt, wraps Sosiel's fingers around the handle, and raises the blade to his own throat. Sosiel's hands are trembling. He looks through the helmet slit right into the eyes of the man who once bore the name of Trevor Vanek, then cuts his brother's throat in a single motion. The crowd enters a frenzy, but Sosiel doesn't hear them. He leaves the arena silently without looking at anyone. Sosiel slowly steps out of the arena pit, his eyes fixed on the ground. Blood still drips from his fingers.
It's over. I've lost my brother, and this time, forever. Commander Tirbade was right all along. I was better off not knowing his fate. Thank you for being with me. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to get through this journey, or endure its ending.
What will you do now?
What can I do? I can only honor his final act of redemption. I can only live as we both should have. I must watch myself, and not let evil corrupt my soul. I will pray to my goddess to keep my thoughts pure.
What final act of redemption? This makes sense if there's another option where you end up running away from the enemies in the arena, and then his brother Trevor basically stays back to sacrifice himself in front of those enemies, which again, dumb as hell. Like, I'm damn near a demon lord. Why would I let a bunch of arena gladiators kill the brother of a friend if I decide I wanted him to live? Like, anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining about it. Anyway. How was this, what just happened, an act of redemption for Trevor? He didn't even say anything. He just basically let his brother kill him. And how can Sosiel talk about not letting evil corrupt my soul? You just slit your brother's throat without even trying to talk to him. Like, this should be a corrupting thing. As I felt like this as a demon, hey, this would be my chance to try to bring Sosiel over to my side a little bit more. It doesn't appear that like it's working out that way at all. Why did Trevor stray so far from who he was before? What led him down his dark path?
No mortal is infallible. Anyone can fall. You, me, Queen Galfrey, the Herald. Just look at Shamira and you'll see. The shortest path to corruption is believing that you are without sin and above temptation.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. What am I going to tell her mother? No, I must spare her the pain of the whole truth. Trevor died in the war. That's all they need to know at home.
Can you ever make peace with what he became?
I don't know. Maybe. What difference does it make? He was what mattered, but he is gone.
We have to keep going. Sosiel nods stoically without saying a word. Yeah, he's still playing old neutral good. Oh well. Here's what it is, but now you've seen the ending for that. And now we are finished with the arena. What's this? Darren takes a half step forward, stopping slightly closer to you than a typical companion would, but not close enough for it to be considered an intimate gesture. It is finally over. He makes a move as if intending to touch your hand, but restrains himself at the last moment, noting grumpily, how could you let them capture you? Ooh, I wonder if Wenduag has special dialogue here. Damn, you picked a bad time to check out, girl. Okay, how could you let them capture you? That was your way of saying I've been worried sick, wasn't it? Of course I've been worried, Darren pauses. After all, I could have suffered. I was left in the abyss all alone, without the mighty hero of the Crusade and his amazing power. I have already mentioned how I hate the abyss, haven't I? Without you around, it seemed twice as dangerous and dark. This last part is spoken more quietly and gravely. Those demons only thought they'd captured me. Little did they know they'd bitten off far more than they could chew. Poor demons. I shall try to pretend that I feel sorry for them. Do I look convincing? Darren smiles broadly, looking delighted. In any case, I am glad that it is all over and we are happily reunited. It seems I've developed some kind of addiction to your presence. Not a fatal illness, but still troubling. I hope there will be no more sudden disappearances in your future. My poor nerves could not abide it. All right. Now we head back. Drop Sosiel off. Hopefully Wenduag is back. If she's not, we will... What is going on here? Whoever this is talking every time I come out. Yeah, okay.
This way.
Vanish to this rat hole. If she's not, we'll rest and see if that'll make her show up. Verdict. Nope. She's not back yet. Who did we just do the quest for? Sosiel. Sosiel is in the cave. Sosiel's holding a brush and laboring over a painting. He is clearly dissatisfied with the results so far. He tucks and tears the paper to pieces. You notice a knight wearing armor bearing Shellen's symbol. His face is distorted with anger and his clenched fists are smeared with blood. I'm sorry for your loss. I lost him a long, long time ago. Back when I was told he had left the ranks of the Canabra's paladins and become a Hell Knight. I knew how this would end, just didn't want to believe it. I understand it's a sin to judge him, but I can't forgive him. I just can't. Not him. Not who he's become. Not myself for what I had to do. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Interesting. Oh, well. I guess being able to correct him was probably too much to hope for.
A gnome used to live on the street with us. He was gray and pale, just like you. He would get in tavern brawls all the time. To live longer, he said. But he got killed in one of those fights.
Only cowards run from death. You can't escape it no matter what. It's better to face it than let it stab you in the back. That's not what I meant to do. No, 2 days. Rich girl, did you know that statistically, half-elves live longer than ordinary people, although they are twice as likely to die of food poisoning? Let me guess, all those half-elves tried your experimental concoctions? Camellia looks dispirited and even a little lost. She looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her eyes continually dart around as if she's seeking a way out of a trap, but can't find one. I want to talk to you. Her voice breaks, betraying her agitation. I'll always make time for you. Camellia weighs off your words as one would a bothersome gnat. Give this simpering a rest for now and talk seriously, all right? What happened is your fault after all. Take a breath and tell me calmly what happened. To your surprise, she complies with your request. After releasing a deep breath, her voice sounds even and calm. After our tryst on the balcony, you said you didn't want me to see other men. It's not that I have anyone else, but... She bites her lips, choosing her words. At the time, I thought it was a sweet little joke. I just laughed when you said it. But ever since, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Camellia's eyes are intent. Why did you say that? What did you mean by it? First, tell me why you're so angry. She purses her lips and says nothing for what feels like an eternity. I don't know you, she says at last. I meant what I said. I care about you and I want to have a real relationship with you. I'm not going to tell you it's a secret. You love secrets, don't you? I was only joking when I said that. I like how things are. I don't want them to change. I meant what I said. I care about you and I want to have a real relationship with you. Camellia's cheeks flush. She turns away. That's what I feared. I'm sorry, my friend, but I do not want what you want. I must bring in an end to our liaison. But I shall always remember the balcony over Dresden. She walks away without even looking you in the eye. Well, that's something to keep in mind for when I actually want to be in a relationship with Camellia. Wenduag's clothes are tattered and torn in places, and there's a fresh scratch on her cheek and blood stains on her hands that she seems to have tried to wash off. But her face is alight with happiness and a wild gleam dances in her eyes. Master, I have no excuse. I went out to Alan Shinra on my own and it was so much fun. I lost track of time, and when I came to my senses, I rushed back here immediately. Perception 30, look closer at Wenduag. You see the tension behind her nonchalant smirk, and you realize her disheveled appearance is but an elaborate masquerade. You aren't hiding anything from me, are you? With a coy smile, Wenduag says humbly, I may have neglected to mention a couple of cocky demons whose throats I cut, but what are you implying, Master? Huh. One or three? I hope that the lights of Alan Shinra haven't tempted you to forsake me and swear allegiance to Nocticula. I would have to punish you for that. Nocticula? Master, where are you getting these strange ideas from? I won't deny it. The thought of becoming the servant of the Lady in Shadow herself is enticing, but serving you stirs my blood much more. Wenduag looks at you warily, as if she doesn't understand. Where did you go? First, I visited the 10,000 Delights. That place is a true kingdom of pleasures. The demons who work there are willing to do anything, literally anything. Wine flows like water and they incubate. Oh, then I got into a fight with some jumped up tiefling and we were thrown out. We went to watch gladiator fights. I bet. I lost and I think I killed someone. At least I still have my money. Then there was something else. Next thing I knew, I was in a scummy little place called the Bad Luck. And that's when I left to rush back to you. Wenduag stretches gracefully and shamelessly, like a cat that has been caught stealing food. We all need to have fun sometimes. Let's just forget this and move on. Thank you, Master. You are always so understanding. Have you recovered from the fight with Savamalek? Yes, Master, I'm already better. When we meet again, I will be ready and will let him cloud my mind. And then I'll spill the blood of that so-called creator of mongrels, so my fellow tribesmen can share the demon's might. Want to have some fun? Just you and me? Wenduag is silent for a while, and then with a guilty glance at you, replies dully, Another time, all right. After everything we've been through, I have a lot to think about. My head's full of bitter and difficult thoughts, but I have to deal with them, and I have no right to seek escape from them in your arms. See what you've done to me? Before, I would have just dragged you off and had my way with you, because working up a sweat in bed is the best way to knock the dark thoughts out of my head, especially with you as my partner. Wenduag closes her eyes and bites her lips dreamily. Our last time together was unlike anything I've ever experienced. So sensual, so close, so real. I like these changes in you. Well, they scare me. I haven't felt anything like this before, but I will try to get used to it, even though these new feelings are unnerving. That's it for now. The Huntress gazes at you with devotion. Thank you for talking to me, Master. Okay.
Wherever my legs carry
And then
me.
I'm just curious. Will Camellia no longer talk to you? Hello, my friend. Do you know how much I love calling you that? Of course you do. Ha ha ha. Interesting. All right.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
And now... we can get rid of Sosiel and instead pick up you, my darling. And we will go to 10,000 Delights. So we'll go see the creature that she corrupted. And then we'll also go back up to the Magic Tower and talk with Storyteller. Awesome.
Trail me.
But all of that will happen on the next playthrough. I hope all of you enjoyed the video today. If you did, please leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.